It has been 6 months. And that candle has been there for like 4 of them. So this is the time of the month where we recoup, talk about everything we've been through, all the mistakes I made, all the fun facts that you wanted to tell me that I forgot or didn't notice myself, and just me overall going through the comments and catching up with you. So let's start off with Crane Games versus the babysitter. I had quite a few people say that, you know, I've edited all of Connor's videos, I should know how to play these games, what are scams, but so, that's good content though. Also, why didn't I sumimasen? Well, the main reason is because Connor spends hundreds of dollars there. I spend tens. You can't play like 5 games and be like, oh, sumimasen. Also, it's a quite nice reminder that you can't really film anywhere. Like, some of you have had questions on how I managed to film in a lot of places, and well, usually I just stay out of places that I can't film at, because originally that film was supposed to be me going to a craft store or a second-hand shop, but right as you get out of the escalators, there's just huge signs saying no filming, no pictures, so you know, you gotta change on the whim. And my whim definitely wasn't to spend $80 on a plushie that day, but you know, you make do with what you got, testing every cooling product. This was fun and kind of painful, and a very good learning moment. A lot of you said, do not spray the spray on yourself, it's meant for clothes, which, good point, considering how much it hurt, spraying it on my arm. And a very good insight that I didn't really think of at the moment, but later on, was that most things have menthol in them. So while it makes you feel like it's cold, your body is actually not cooling down. That's kind of like, if you eat hot foods, like the capsaicin, your mouth isn't physically hot, it's just making you feel hot. So those can be kind of dangerous, because you might feel like, oh, you're cooling down, but in actuality you're going into a heat stroke. So at the end of the day, my best bet is still drink cold drinks. Cold drinks help. You can just hold them in your pocket, cool your body down, and then drink to cool everything else down. First time at an internet cafe, or spending time at an internet cafe, I'm not exactly sure what I title it, but I went to an internet cafe, I wanted to upload stuff there, turns out you can't really upload stuff there, and one of you let me know a fun fact in the comments, which was that the internet cafes are love hotels for high schoolers, which is not really a fun fact at all. That makes it feel so much worse. That kind of explains why there was like a 18 plus folder on a desktop there. Maybe we shouldn't share fun facts with each other, you know? Have you thought about that? That might be good. Going to Moomin Valley. I don't know what it's been this month, but I haven't been feeling it as much as I used to. I don't know if it's making daily videos that's finally catching up to me, or just, you know, everything finally kind of calming down, like I don't have to worry about my living situation or fitting in or everything else, but some of the videos feel looser than I'd like them to be, or like less effort, and it was really highlighted in this video, because usually if I handle a topic, you know, if anybody handles a topic, it's a good idea to introduce it. Like for example, this time, what even are Moomin? I just assumed everybody knows what they are, but no, guess they're not as popular as Disney, you know? So they're originated from Finland, and it was originally a book series by Onsen, which was adapted into an anime made by the Japanese. So the Japanese really love Finland, and well, most of the people here don't know where Estonia is, but like almost pretty much everybody knows where Finland is. Purely because Moomin is also like a really big thing here. And if you're in the Nordics or Baltic countries, well, Moomin's pretty big there as well. Because it was like one of the cartoon shows that were shown when you were young. So I didn't even think that maybe, you know, people in America might not know what Moomin are. But okay, I don't even know how to describe them. They're like trolls, I guess, who go on adventures, or adventures happen to them. I don't know, it's cute, it's scary, it's both, but definitely my bad for not introducing the lore of Moomin to you. Oh, and also, I mentioned that there was a hotel inside there, but I actually didn't do any research or even looked inside, so actually, it's a museum with Moomin art and stuff. Thank you, people, for pointing that out. He wasn't ready for it. I just had no idea what to do with the video, but pretty much the first thing was we went to Gyakatsu, and I've never been to a place like that. So I thought making your own meat would be kind of difficult, but cooking it was, I don't know, kind of relaxing. I feel like it's also hard to really fuck it up unless you really try, because it's not like it's gonna go up in flames very fast. So I kind of changed my mind on that. Now I even do like cooking my little meats on that, but I don't really like waiting in line. That I still think past 30 minutes, not worth it. Walking through Tokyo. The one thing that I was annoyed about here was that good looking thumbnail, or the thumbnail that I like, actually performed worse than the very average thumbnail. That's my only gripe with this video. Originally I thought, I'd visit more different bars or go to different places, but that kind of turned out to be pretty hard or time consuming, so I was just like, maybe it's gonna be shit, I'm just gonna walk. Like, I don't even know what to show you, but it was quite interesting. And the original draft was even like 24 minutes, so I don't know why it was that long. Like, I just walked, what's there to show? As for the damage that some of you asked, I did get sunburned. This was the worst sunburn for me this far. Also the only actual sunburn I gotten. And at the end, legs were kind of sore. Making a classic Japanese dessert. This is not Japanese, this is Chinese. And also, people apparently don't like me cleaning fruit, which is like, kind of sus. I mean, have you seen raspberries being put into vinegar and water? And all the worms inside them? Do you really want to eat those worms, Wash your fruit, alright? Oh man, what the fuck? I just wanna change the type. What is going on? I literally just wanna, like, deselect. Japanese onsen experience. Originally I wanted an onsen that was like open from the outside as well, but they were kind of hard to find. I don't know, I did like hours of research and I couldn't really, well, I kind of wanted a private onsen as well, so this was like the best looking one that I kind of found. And was recommended, but I don't know. If you know any private open onsen, you can let me know in the comments. I'm just glad I went through it, and Ganma was also really nice. Also, you're tier listing my videos? What do you mean by that? Why are you doing that? Like the Handmade in Japan Fest got a B tier? Because you didn't care about the subject, but it was still fun? What? Okay, well, that's a C tier comment. It has an idea behind it, but it's not really explaining why the B tier. Like, what didn't you care about the subject exactly? As it is such a wide topic, And how exactly was it fun? Which part of it was fun? Give me the details. Until then, see me after class. Also, got a question. If any restaurant has charged me because I'm a foreigner or treated me differently. And yes, once. And it was literally the opposite. I got charged less because I was a foreigner. Foreigner. Otherwise, no, it's like nobody really cares. I also think that's illegal to randomly treat you differently, unless it's literally written on the door or anybody. Workland. I love cargo pants. I'm literally wearing the work pants. The Workland pants right now. Though I have to say, the cheapest pants, which were like $6, the material is kind of cheap. And like some of you mentioned, which was kind of incorrect on my part, I think, was that things are so cheap because they don't have to last that long. Or like if you're a working man, the clothes can easily tear, or you're putting them into a strenuous situation. So it should be cheap to be easily replaceable. Also, the part where I said it'll take me down to 5 degrees, incorrect, which was it'll lower the degrees by 5 degrees. So if it's 35 degrees, with the fan, it's gonna be 30 degrees, which is much more believable. And I wouldn't be that scared about tourists visiting that place because I'm not on the level of Connor where I'll have a lot of people going in there, and also they aren't really in the middle of Tokyo. Like, if you're a tourist, you'd have to drive an hour from the center of Tokyo pretty much to just reach a place like that. So, yeah. Also, what do you mean B tier video again? Just because you learned that you're really fat to a Japanese person? That's not my problem, that's... Why are you deflecting your problems into my video grades? This is an A tier. A tier video. D tier comment. Alright, Wanko Soba challenge. I did screw up Chris's record because I looked at one of the older videos which he did with Connor, and in that one Chris didn't have like a big score. So that was wrong, I think, but I don't see any other things that Chris did. Like a couple people said that I mistook his number, but I took it from the video. Also, I didn't eat any of the sides aside from the tuna, which was kind of necessary because my stomach got full at the 70 bowls in, but the worst part was the taste. At like 78 bowls in, I wanted to throw up, not because my stomach was full, but just the taste started grinding me down. It was so bad. Even though at the beginning it was great. So the tuna helped me. Like, you need different tastes just to get it down, but I couldn't do after 81. I was actually so close to just throwing up because of the taste. best case scenario, if I didn't have the taste issue, I could have maybe done like 90 max still. But I just didn't want to risk throwing up at that place. We got scammed. Or something about going to bars, I don't know. Quite a few of you mentioned the story about Connor and what happened to him. And that was kind of the thing that I wanted to disprove in the video. Like, it's not all about going to a weird bar and, you know, you either get roofied or like nothing happens. Like there's an in-between. You don't have to go to like a bunny girl cafe and pay $1,000 versus, you know, like a normal price. This one was like an in-between scam. It was purely just trying to see, you know, how easy could it be to get scammed? I mean, honestly, I am not too mad about it. I'm just very sorry about Nabi and Masa having to do it with me. And we definitely 100% got scammed. It wasn't like, oh, you know, tourists, like, we didn't pay attention. No, they do have to tell you the rules about the place. Like, if you enter a place, it was just purely by luck that we saw the sign up front that said all you can drink. But if we didn't see that, if we just went up, we wouldn't have seen it anywhere. So they are required, I'm pretty sure by law, to tell you the rules of the place. And at the end, according to some of the people I've spoken to, you can actually debate them on the bill. Like if they've never introduced you to the things, or like you haven't ordered those and they haven't told you about those, you can say no. And in a lot of the cases, or in some cases, they will literally just take it off the bill. But considering the three of us weren't in a confrontational mood, we just sucked it up. And like, it wasn't one of those bars where there were girls in the front of it just inviting you in, because this was literally the same. It was a concept bar. Same type as we went to the bar before, but the one previously was really nice, like family friendly. The new one, pretty seedy. Though their locations weren't on the main street, but on side street, and they were like a similar distance from the main street. So it's really hard to tell. But I kind of want to maybe try that in the future again, see if it's actually this bad. Maybe, let's see, you know. I wanna test my luck. Also with the Pokemon stamp rally video, where we collected Pokemon stamps, and at the end I made like a little giveaway. I have contacted the winner, and we have organized a plan to for them to receive it. So that's all been organized and done. No need to comment Gyat anymore. Seasonal foods. Instead of the road landmarks, which I've been using this far, I moved to Holy Land Mark II or something. Main reason is because these things, battery, only lasts 5 hours, but my shoots can last like an entire day, because I'm vlogging. And I don't want to keep on turning these off and on again, because it takes like 3 to 5 seconds. But if you need to shoot, and shoot fast, these will slow you down, and I don't really... They got really annoying. So these things, first of all, much smaller. Like how? What is this difference? These things, 10-hour battery. Plus it has a nice case, charging case. So if I want a trip, I only need to charge one thing versus 2 things, because these are individually charged. And there's some other good things, like the receiver on top of the camera itself, quite small, which is much nicer than having this one, though it's not too much smaller, it's like half of this size. And it has a built-in denoiser as well, but I haven't used it as much because I feel like it takes away some stuff that I kind of want to be in, and it's not the best quality. Like I can just add it in post-production and I'll have the same result. In terms of audio quality, I am not sure. I kind of feel like these are slightly better, or maybe I'm forced to use them in a way where I put them close to my mouth, because I can't like have it on my shirt anywhere that's close to my mouth. The only thing I don't like about this is that on the receiver on top of the camera, it has like a wheel for volume, and that wheel moves so easily. Like you put the camera in your bag and it'll already be turning the wheel. So when I'm looking at the footage back afterwards, some audio will just be boosted a ton and others will be really quiet. So I wish it was like a switch or something, or I could lock the audio so it wouldn't like just keep scrolling it. Another comment? Oh, I asked about the sugar on top of the mochi ball not being sugar, which is correct, it's starch. Rice starch? Potato starch? I think rice starch. So that's kind of good. It's not at least going to be sticking to everywhere, which is the biggest gripe with any pastry I have. The sugar, you just breathe on it weirdly, flows everywhere, and then it's all sticky. Not a big fan. If it's starch, I think that's fine. It is way too hot. And I don't really have anything to say about the video itself, but you have been asking for it. And I feel like I'm finally at a point where I'm good. Like I've tried it enough to explain about it, which is the Vessis. Are they good? Are they bad? How are they? 6 months in. or I guess 5. Since you wanted to know if the soles of the Vessis melt on the concrete, which no, haven't melted yet. And in some cases you've asked why I'm not wearing Vessis, like for example walking throughout the entirety of Tokyo, or in a future video. Well, that's because these things are not that greatest for walking. Even though it says everyday shoes, well, it's every day if you walk like 1 to 2 hours. If it's past 2 hours, they'll start hurting you. Around if you're walking for more than 10,000 steps, not good. The build, something with the build is bad. It's like squeezing, and it's not the nicest. Versus the Vans that I have, literally no problem. I walked 100,000 steps in them, literally no issue with the feet. But these start hurting my feet, not in a way where like the feet are tired, but just literally like squeezing toes or something weird like that. And it's not like it's a bad size, because the size is good. In terms of waterproofness, these aren't waterproof. I am so disappointed. Like, these are just normal shoes. And in the manual it says, oh, to make them waterproof you have to apply like the creams or paste or whatever, but at that point like every shoe is waterproof if you add like stuff to it, because I walked in the rain, these let water through. My Vans are as waterproof as these things. And third bad thing, the build quality is so shit. I wore them for 5 months, and look, I think the glue is coming off. It's in pretty bad shape. Like, the material is deteriorating quite fast. I don't think they are gonna last me longer than a year, but I still wear them almost every day because they do have redeemable qualities. First of all, lightweight. I kind of do like that. They're easy to put on, which is kind of nice, and they're nice to walk in, and they look decent as long as you just do it in a moderate amount. Like, if I go to a konbini, I would rather put these on than the Vans. So they do have redeemable qualities, and I would actually like Vessis, and I would forgive, you know, the build quality or the waterproofness, but it's the price. If these were $60, you know, I could see myself recommending them. But these are 120. At least it was 120 for me, I think, including shipping. That's just not worth it. But if it was $60, if they were free, you know, if they sponsored me, dude, I'd be shilling out a mass for them, because like, they are actually nice. They just kind of feel cheap. I don't know what else to say. Staying 24 hours in the Tokyo Underground, which ended up me staying there for like 6 hours and then leaving because I wasn't feeling the best. The majority of the runtime of the video was me explaining how the trains work and how to take them and how it all goes. But to be clear, I was purely talking about the Tokyo Metro, not the JR lines, because if you go outside of Tokyo or on the outskirts of Tokyo, suddenly Google Maps doesn't make that much sense anymore. Suddenly, you know, when it used to say platform 3 or 4, now it says platform and a kanji symbol to it, and you're like, what is going on there? Or maybe sometimes it's even hard to find your like stop. I know there was one time when I was looking for 20 minutes going from the JR to the metro, literally could not find the metro, no matter what. And I gave up and just took a taxi because I was dying on the inside. And those, you know, good little numbers where it says, you know, if you're going higher or lower, you know, you want to go from 20 to 30, those also cease to exist in some cases. Like if you're taking a trolley, for example, even though trolleys do also have numbers, but sometimes Google just doesn't show them. And buses outside of Tokyo, bro, they can easily be like 20 minutes late. So metro, perfect, easy, simple, until you go outside of Tokyo, and it becomes much more difficult. And the 6-month celebration, the one that you've all been asking for. Speedrunning every temple in Tokyo. There were a couple mistakes that I would have never really noticed because I have no idea about anything, which is the lotus flower that I showed on camera was actually a chrysanthemum. And the reason why the Kanda Shrine had so much like anime stuff was because of the Love Live anime took place there. And yeah, you did learn that if you annoy me enough, I'll do it. But considering that it took Lush Fruit 6 months to get me to agree to do that, I feel like if anybody would start doing that right now, you're already kind of too late, because in 6 months I'm gonna be gone. So that's been all for the halfway mark. I do feel like I'm not experimenting as much with video anymore like I used to when I was under stress much more, which kind of feels weird. I feel like a lot of videos are, you know, kind of cheesed, and I don't know if that's because I'm tired or I don't have that many ideas on what to do or how to improve. So instead of just doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for it to get better, I am going to be taking the next month in a bit of a different direction. So look forward to that. You might like it, you might not. We'll see. But see you tomorrow then. Bye bye.